the cool thing about it is insurance is it can kind of be this piecemeal. You can build out coverages, take out what you don't need, and really hone it in on exactly what that business does or doesn't do.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Kevin Carney, Vice President of Commercial Lines at ECM Solutions. How you doing today, Kevin?
Hey, I'm doing pretty great, Andrew. How are you?
I am good. Thanks for spending some time with us here on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about ECM Solutions.
Yeah, so I am, we kind of all have vice president titles, but I am in, sales is basically what you would call it for ECM. We are an independent insurance agency in Charlotte, founded in 1987. Have about 85 staff at this point, with another small office in Greenville, South Carolina. Our main focus is, we call it P&C, but that just means property and casualty, primarily working with businesses. And we also have an employee benefits division, as well as personal lines, as well, all contained in our agency. We have about 7,000 clients, kind of spread all over the place, but primarily in that Charlotte metro area. And I've been with ECM since about midway through 2020, and have really, really loved it ever since.
Excellent. And are you serving South Carolina exclusively?
No, so we do North and South Carolina. I actually have insurance licenses for both states, but we are licensed in all 50 states. So it is wherever the opportunity takes us. We're primarily a relationship shop. So wherever we get referred to someone needing help with their insurance, we can go wherever that is.
Hey, I think everyone needs to be a relationship shop in 2023, right?
It certainly helps.
The landscape is so broad, there's got to be a reason people do business with you, and it begins with relationships. Now, you say you have thousands of clients. What size and what types of companies you working with? What verticals are you servicing?
Yeah, so we in our business insurance division, we do have a select department. So there we have many. It's 1 to 10 employee shops. A lot of them are single employee or few employee construction. I would say from a vertical standpoint, construction is kind of the bread and butter. My specialty is called agribusiness. So it is essentially farms, food manufacturing. I work with a lot of meat processors, but anyone that grows, makes, or distributes food or beverage is kind of where I focus. But as a general organization, it's primarily 50 to 1,000 employee companies, primarily in the Southeast. And then that can be any kind of thing, where there's manufacturing, construction. We do all kinds of stuff, healthcare. And then obviously my business is agribusiness, but it's kind of, we can help anyone. We have experts in almost any kind of vertical.
I can only imagine the insurance required in both the agri and construction business. There is danger at every turn in both of those businesses.
There is, yes. And I forgot, we have a claims department as well that is able to handle, some of those losses when they happen, and really helps our clients navigate those stressful times without, having the added stressor of going back and forth when an insurance company, when most people don't really speak that language. So we're kind of the translator there.
Well, that leads into my next question. What are the biggest problems or typical problems you're solving for your clients?
Yeah, so for the most part, it's, I don't know what I'm looking at, is what they would say to me whenever you get this stack this big of insurance policies. And it seems like every other page is something is excluded versus, or we're adding this coverage back in. So a lot of it is just explaining what they currently have, and then figuring out with their business operations, okay, where are gaps that you have, and where can we address those gaps, and how. And so a lot of times it's just kind of explaining, all right, this is what you currently have, this is what you're not covered for, and then trying to work a better program into it. So the cool thing about it is insurance is it can kind of be this piecemeal. You can build out coverages, take out what you don't need, and really hone it in on exactly what that business does or doesn't do.
Excellent. Well, hey, human beings are terrible. we get new terms and conditions, and the longer it is, the less likely we are to actually read it. But
Yes.
we are agreeing to things on a regular basis that are
Yes.
liabilities down the
Accepting
road.
all the cookies and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. So unpacking those things for your clients is very important. You know, transparency in 2023 is a huge
Right.
keyword. What makes ECM stand out from your competition?
Yeah. So for us, and I said it before, but we really pride ourselves on relationships. You're going to have touch points with, so, it kind of works as a team. Would be the quarterback for my clients, but you're getting whoever is in the right position to do that. And all of these different people are touching this account. So a lot of times, from whenever we go and meet with someone for the first time, it's, oh, I see my insurance agent once a year when it's time to renew my policy. That's not typically how we operate. It's more of a consistent approach, and making sure we're checking in business, especially in 2023. A lot of things change quickly, and how do we adapt insurance policies and programs to make the best of those changes and do what we say we're going to do by protecting your business and your assets.
Doing what you say you're going to do. It sounds simple, right? But
Yes, it can be very challenging, but no, that's kind of, you said it before, but transparency is super key, and making sure that they know what they're receiving from our end, and following through with everything that we've talked about, the solutions we're going to provide them.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult. You know, you have a business based on interacting with people at their moments of disaster and tragedy and fear and all that kind of stuff. So it's not an easy situation to navigate. They certainly need a partner at those moments.
Right.
Tell me about the COVID years. How have you guys been able to grow the business through the last couple of years of challenges?
Yeah, it was very tough in terms of generating new business. You have all of these places that are shut down, and especially in my world, where I'm trying to call in a lot of these food manufacturing operations, which have even stricter ones. So we had to adapt, and got a lot better at Zoom, and there's a lot more working from home, and everyone adjusted to that. And as a smaller independent agency, we're a little bit more nimble as some of these larger shops, to be able to quickly kind of transition in and out and how we need to be, and being able to really focus on our employees, and then being able to from there, once we have that taken care of, focus on our clients as well. And in terms of new business, really by the good work we do to our clients, having them be able to open the door for us to people that they know in similar spaces and that kind of thing. So we're a heavy referral business. I think you'll find that most people in insurance are, if I could have it, one way or the other, I would love to get all my business through referrals. Unfortunately, we can't. But that was one of the things we really had to rely on, was our clients to be able to help us out in those times. Whenever a lot of those doors were kind of more closed off than normal.
Hey, if you treat people well, they become promoters of your business. It's a cycle that has to continue, right?
Right.
But in terms of getting the story out and finding new customers in other ways, tell me about how content has played a role in the growth of ECM.
Yeah, so that is something that we're kind of just now dipping our toes into. Yeah, I think most of us, at least on the sales side, have been active on LinkedIn and sharing things that we think pertain to our clients, or sending articles and things to clients specifically, or an industry list that we might have, but maybe perhaps not as good as we should have been at putting that out into the universe on our website or anything like that. So that's something that we've really been trying to focus on. We've several of us have started trying to generate video content, more blogs and that kind of thing, of just really trying to explain, hey, this is something that's happening in the insurance landscape, or in just the overall business landscape, and trying to relate that to the people that we talk to and how it impacts them. And that's been the biggest part for us, is really kind of dipping our toe in that water of just getting the information out there where people can see it.
It's an important pool to jump into,
Yeah.
as we have to meet staring at our screens, people really, especially in the insurance space, right? There has to be a high level of trust. So they got to get a sense of who the providers are and who they're doing business with. That's an important leap to make. Content
Yep.
is the landscape of the current and the future.
We, trying to build authority and trust through those things. So they know that we know what we're talking about, and then just gives us a little bit more of a leg up as we go into these meetings to talk about their unique businesses.
Excellent. All right. So fast forward a year, what would you like to be celebrating personally and professionally 1 year from now?
Yeah, so I have a nearly 1-year-old son, so making it through the I guess that first toddler year with minimal incident would be my personal goal. But from a professional goal, just the continued growth of the agency, we have added several new younger sales folks that have really energized things around here. So really focusing on not just my development, but their development and really growing from within. So we have that younger generation to be able to kind of keep perpetuating. So that's what I would say this next year. The main focus is getting all these younger folks up to speed and really getting their momentum going as they start their insurance careers.
Excellent. Well, hey, as an insurance agent, you do have to admit there is no such thing as a child-proof home.
No, there's always something somewhere that they can fit in their mouths or something
Yeah,
where, yeah, it's
they learn about gravity the hard way, right? Yes, it's
absolutely.
I think as a parent, the two words that always scared me the most were watch this. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those look at what I can do. So
Yeah.
we haven't hit that stage yet, but I know it's coming.
Well, hey, all the best in that endeavor. It's a beautiful ride. Please tell us what ECM Solutions URL is, where we can find you, and what social media outlets you're using these days.
Yeah, so our website is www.ecmins like insurance.com. I believe all of our socials are the same, but we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, I believe, on all the major ones. And we have a social media committee that puts out content on all those folks. We have several different gatherings. We have charitable events throughout the year. So they put out a lot of good stuff on what's going on throughout the year at ECM and how folks can get involved and help us. And the charity aspect is a big deal for us. We work with a couple local charities that we have a poker tournament and a golf tournament every year that our charity committee works very, very hard for and really publicizing those events to get the word out.
Kevin Carney of ECM Solutions, thank you for spending some time with us today on Business Ninjas. Nice to get to know you and your company. I wish you and them all the best in the future.
Yep. Thank you so much for having me, Andrew. I appreciate it. And hope the same for you.
Thank you.